Whoa, Ubisoft Connect actually isn't asking if it can make changes to this device before I boot the game this time. It could be because I haven't exactly restarted my PC since the last time that I streamed this, so like presumably it would still be open. I don't think game capture is currently set to this game though, because I think it's currently set to Helldivers 2. So if I actually enable game capture first and foremost. Oh no, it's set to Geometry Dash is what it's set to. Because during Mario and Luigi Brothership the other day, we started doing a whole bunch of polls. And then there was a poll about whether we should do another poll. And there was the options of yes, no, or undisclosed third option. And I couldn't come up with something funny in time. And I was just like, screw it, we're playing like 5 minutes of Geometry Dash now. So I forgot that game capture was set to Geometry Dash. Well, now it's set to the right game. Now you can see what's going on. There's a video game here about Vikings and stuff with Wolverine powers. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be great. It's currently the 4th of January. It is Saturday currently, so it's been a few days, but I wouldn't mind doing a few more of these sessions like shortly after starting the playthrough, like get a decent bit of a foothold in here before I kind of switch to it being a bit more periodic. I do kind of want to prioritize doing some of the other games that I am, yeah, 2:10 in the morning there with that. Some of the other games I'm really close to finishing with. Oh yeah, I was in the modern day. With Mario and Luigi Brothership and Final Fantasy 16, both of which I'm almost done. And I was thinking about like maybe trying to finish one of those tonight, but I was like, I'll just do it like next weekend or something like that, and I'll ramble more about that shortly. Let's enter the Animus, which means that we're probably gonna lead this part with a bit of an immediate cutscene of whatever happens here. Oh, and a cutscene here too.
All right, time to go. Norway to England takes about a week by long ship, so I'll scrub ahead.
Handy. Evil.
Layla, you okay?
Sorry. Can you play the message again?
We have the transcript if you're looking for something. I can
No,
come and...
I want to hear it.
Okay.
I don't mean to be cryptic. It's just... that message led us here. To this place. To a Norse grave in North America. So those bones out there are the only lead we have. Our only chance at fixing this planet before it's too late.
Here it is.
I lived, I died, and now I sleep. And in my sleep I dream. And in my dreams I see an end to the doom that will grip the earth once again. Find the wolf-kissed. Find the mad one. Find me. And save us all from another death.
Unsettling, that is.
That pulse in the message. Are you sure it's just coordinates? Nothing else?
Nothing I can find.
Okay, I'm ready.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, I'm the RGB Viking. The game looked like it was a little bit quiet, so I turned it up just a smidge, and now it looks like it's loud again, when like the loading screen sounds on OBS are showing to be just about as loud as my speaking volume, which concerns me. England, 873 Common Era. Oh, are we switching right into gameplay? Okay.
England, our new home.
Heck yeah! I'm sure nothing's gonna go wrong. That's bright.
I'm glad to see any land at all.
I can't turn the ship,
I'll be
imagine.
happy to have my feet on solid ground again.
Imagine if I could just turn this boat around.
All you see here is territory.
Whoa.
The kingdom of Mercia, largely unpacified. There will be eyes
I don't like
watching
looking
us
at
from
that.
the trees,
I know that it's
bows
just light from my
drawn and
monitor. It's not gonna
set.
blind me like the real sun, but my brain tells me don't look at it just from like experience in real life, I guess.
Have you spotted something?
Not yet. Well, let
Grew
us
up
go
knowing
ahead to
don't
clear
look
the
at the
path of
sun.
any dangers.
So even when I know it isn't the real sun, I still don't want to look at it.
Brushes the horizon.
Understood. May
Well, it
Thor
looks
bless
like
you
that.
all on your way. We will see you soon.
Sail on.
Plus, I'm the kind of person that uses things in dark mode, so I don't like things too bright.
These green-thumbed fairy folk have to throw at us. Sigurd,
Reach
the
Halfdan
sons of
settlement.
Ragnar know that we're coming.
They do not, for they will not scoff at our visit. Of the 4 kingdoms in
Well,
England, the sons of Ragnar
I wish
settled
it
on
did,
one.
but it doesn't seem like
The
it
rest
does.
is ripe
I'm
for the
pretty sure
taking.
it's because
Do we
in
mean to
Odyssey
join
it was a
their
reference to the 400. I believe is the name of the film.
We will speak
Hope
with
things are
them,
going well today,
get
Guzma.
the lay of the land, and carve this country
So of
into
course
as
they had to
many
put it into
pieces
Odyssey.
as we see
There's some
fit.
other abilities.
Look ahead
I
there.
can do the Captain
Is that
Falcon
what
Knee of
passes for
Justice
town?
on people
Plain
from the
brick
abilities
with
that
a
I saw.
single rune to their timid god?
So I can knee
That
launch
rune
people,
is called a
but I
root
can't just
dagger.
kick them,
The cross upon which
unfortunately.
a god was
and I have to be like
sacrificed.
running to
It
knee them,
sits atop a
if I
monastery,
recall.
a place
And I haven't
of
unlocked the
worship.
ability yet.
That cross killed their Christ, and now they display
So-
it in worship?
But yeah,
Bizarre.
bit better, but yeah,
We carve
that's
idols
fair
of
enough.
our gods and make wishes before them, like our sacrifices to Odin, the One-Eyed.
But we do not worship the wolf that kills him. That is the difference.
Whatever strangeness we see in these Saxons, they must think the same of us.
Yeah,
The
most
hammer.
likely.
Now
I've just been
there
doing a
is
bunch of
symbol
editing
worthy
today,
of a
pretty
god.
much.
A bolt
probably
of
delve into
lightning
it more
would
here
take that
shortly.
cross clean off.
Oh, okay, they stopped talking. So, a bunch of stuff with the recent Final Fantasy 16 stream that I did like the editing that I needed to on that. I finally got around to
there.
getting all the
What
YouTube
do
stuff
they do?
prepared for like all the
Ritual
DLC
drowning.
content of Persona 3 Reload so far. So that
Are the
was
ways of Christians
38
really
videos.
so unfamiliar to you?
Not at all. I simply forgot.
so
And someone has to keep the conversation up.
if you
It
want to
must
call
be
it that,
priests
just
and
like my
worshippers
typical
alone in that
cutting up
place.
streams into
We
parts
can
and stuff.
storm this port with ease. Sack it without breaking a sweat.
Is there much in
And
the
setting
way
up a
of
little
treasure
bit
there?
of stuff that I did out of
Always.
town on my own time.
They
I just
shake
went around doing
precious
some side
metals
quests.
and cup jewels to their gods. There will be
Oh, that's a
fortune
person on a
there.
boat. I thought that was the head of like some weird horse or
There will be
something.
time in operating
My
once
goodness.
we have settled.
Where when I was out of town, I played for a couple hours of doing side questing, and I brought my capture card out and I recorded it. So I made a part 93.5 between parts 93 and 94. That's just my a way out of town side questing on my own time with no commentary. That was me just playing and chilling and recording it, so it's not off camera.
It's too thick for access.
Missing
There
something
must be a way
of
to release it somewhere in that camp.
I will go.
And I will be right behind you.
Know that. You stay here. Should trouble come our way, I want you defending the ship.
A good idea. Send out the arrow and keep your sharpest axe at hand, huh?
Something like that.
Alright, send out the RGB Viking to release the naval chain. Is what I'll do here. Yeah, I did like a couple days ago. So not last night, but I think the night before that. Yeah, I'm sorry, Guzma.
Be seen in this area.
Okay, this is the way I go. Ooh. Right in the dick. Well, I did that. That's fine. So next up is the Rising Tide that I know was one that you played, whereas the first DLC was not. Odin's Sight here. And I kind of liked it. It was short though, I will say. The final boss of it was pretty cool and flashy, just like every one of the bosses. Oh, I can't quite one-shot there. Maybe if I go this way around or something or other, and then I go into the bushes over here. It was basically just, here's a little bit of build-up of like half an hour of like going around doing like the setup, establishing what's going on here, and then a couple hour long dungeon with the final boss at the end is basically what the DLC was. Well, I could one-shot that guy. Oops, what's the whistle button again? Oh, it's that one. It's left on the D-pad. Wow, they stay really glowy. Is what happens. Anyway, with Rising Tide coming next, considering you're the one that's literally... Uh-oh. I can't one-shot you, can I? Man, I'm gonna keep on cutting myself off before I get to, like, finish my thoughts up. Uh-oh. You see nothing. Hold on, bear with me. I'll finish this thought in just a second. I don't know what this guy's doing. Looking in the hay for me, it looks like. Okay, what's the lock-on button? It's that one there. Alright, well. Okay, I need to remember how to play this game. That's the parry button. That's the dodge button. Heavy attack. Yeah, I can parry things there. And then after I beat him, I'll finish my thought here. Is the game too loud? It looks like it might be kind of loud in OBS. That's what it kind of looks like, especially with effects like this. Maybe if I really quickly go into the volume mixer. Because, I mean, the dialogue looked like it was kind of quiet in the volume mixer, but then all these sound effects and stuff look like they're really loud. Is what it kind of looks like. Alright, if I can get better at parrying here. Okay, stun attack. Oh, no, I'm not doing the stun attack. Anyway, the thought that I wanted to finish there is, considering you're the one that's, like, responsible for the PS5 in the first place and got me to play Final Fantasy 16, I know that's, like, a big, important game to you. I was thinking about asking, since I know you've played Rising Tide before, and since that's my next DLC coming up, and since you're gonna be here later this month, and Janlan is going on, I wanted to talk to you about, like, what kind of games do we want to play while we're at Janlan? I could play the Rising Tide just sometime here on my own time. Or if you wanted to, like, we could always just do it together at Janlan if you wanted to do that. I figured I'd throw out the option. River Chain Blockade. After conducting several trials, we have found that these naval chains will hold against even the most durable Danish longships, so long as the mechanism remains intact. Several more blockades will be constructed in the coming months and are to be installed on the rivers leading inland. This is our best defense against any forthcoming incursions. It is imperative that these blockades be maintained and kept operational at all times. Any failure of function is to be reported immediately. Yeah, when you said video A for Final Fantasy 16, I was so confused because I remember you playing it a few weeks back. Look back on the previous streams and saw the thumbnail for this stream that you played Final Fantasy 16, and now that makes sense. Yeah, sorry that you missed it there. But yeah, it was fun, but definitely pretty short. So I take down the thing. Oh, over here it looks like. So I wait. Release the naval chain. It's marking either side here. Or if that's a game that you wanted to play at Janlan at all. It doesn't necessarily have to be the Rising Tide. You can always go around and do side questing. Or try some time trials and challenge one another or something like that. I don't know what the heck to do here. Can I just, like... Oh, it's targeting that. I do just break those. I was trying to aim for, like, this rope in the middle. Oh my god, why? There. There we go, jeez. But yeah, in terms of, like, Janlan stuff, speaking of thumbnails, you for some reason showed me that video that you had that was unlisted for Xenoblade 3. It hasn't showed you anything else for you since then. You've got a screenshot because you've never seen YouTube do that before. Yeah, I wonder if it was just like an issue, like a bug, because it shouldn't be recommending unlisted videos. Like, of course you'd have access to those unlisted videos by being like a manager of my channel, but it also shouldn't be recommending them, because that's the whole point of unlisted videos, is they're secret unless you have the link. So, I mean, so you comment on you seeing it through YouTube Studio, but don't have YouTube Studio installed on your phone. Oh, well, it should still be you're still, as long as you're logged into your YouTube account, like, on PC, then it considers you as having access stuff.
If Halfdan, Ubba, and Ivar Ragnarsson are lacking food in England, then all of us will starve. Have no worry.
I can see it now.
Panoramic view.
Suckling pig, tender and juicy.
Wish the dialogue was as clear when you were doing panoramic view on mobile. When it showed up, and it was the first thumbnail you saw. Interesting. Yeah, that's good old YouTube being a perfect platform, I guess. Imagine if it started recommending my unlisted videos to just everybody. Not even channel managers. People would start seeing my darkest secrets I've tried to kept hidden. Tried to kept hidden for years?
Their ruins dot the landscape.
I feel like my ability to words is getting worse and worse as my time with this channel goes on.
And now they are rubble and ash.
But yeah.
To be remade. We will rebuild their empire brick by brick, and ours will not crumble to dust.
Yeah, you'd think that it wouldn't.
Ruins are not
I can see it recommending like members only videos.
Look there, just ahead.
But not unlisted ones.
At last. Find our feet on
I did do a members only video on my Xenoblade 3 essay that was just a thumbnail of like 3 question marks, and the title was like a new video essay I've been working on. What could it be? Maybe I should change that now that like the actual thing is out.
Let us get a closer look.
So yeah, definitely wasn't that then. Let's get a closer look over here. See what's going on this way. I'll keep rambling in a hot second here after we get closer and have this look and get through dialogue. I was about to say I can't really turn left or right, but I can, but whoa. No, it's automatic. I'm holding left and it's not taking me there.
Those are not Norsemen.
It's...
They're too
I keep on
rapid
thinking I'm in
swords.
control when I'm not.
We should proceed on foot, lest they spot the boats.
Dag and I will go together.
We all
Don't think they'd spot the boat from here.
If they are friends, I wish to meet them as a yard. And if they are foes, then we fight them all
Okay.
together.
Yeah, the falcon knee that I mentioned. It seems like the equivalent thing of knocking people off cliffs and down and stuff like that is when I'm in a sprint, there's a knee attack I can do that's like the Captain Falcon knee of justice from
Who
Smash
are
Bros.
these men?
They speak with twisted accents.
It's a
English,
Captain
no
Falcon
doubt.
forward air, it
Doc,
seems
hey,
like.
boy. On me.
Okay. Yeah, do I have to hold B or something to disembark? What? I don't know if I did, but like a cutscene is happening.
Oi, what's this? A mess of filthy Danes befouling our riverways? You there? Give us your name.
I am Sigurd Jarl of Fornberg. And you are...
Men who do not take kindly to Dane invaders creeping into our camp. You'd best move along, pagan. Spare yourselves a slaughter.
You threaten Norsemen with a play of swords and expect us to cower?
I have been 8 days at sea without a drop of blood to wet my axe. So spare the chatter, buckarouts, and draw your weapon.
Should I turn it up? It gets really loud the moment that I come in here. I don't think I can add a sound effect to something like that, because with the kick, it was very specific inputs that I had to do in order to do the kick. Whereas with the knee, it's just like a type of dash attack, you could say. It seems to be a thing where it's like, when I'm in a run, I hit one of the attack buttons. And I don't think I would know how to program to a script to know, like, when I'm running. Because the script that I programmed didn't know anything about the game. It wasn't connected to it in any way. It was just reading my controller inputs. So, unless there was some way that I could match up my controller inputs to detect, like, when I've done the exact inputs that put me into a run, which that sounds rather complicated there. If there's some other move that I can do that's like some specific inputs or something like that, then I'm sure I can put sound effects over it. But yeah, I mean, I might have to double check the menu for... Jeez, that gets loud. I really wish the voices were louder and the sound effects were quieter. I guess I could probably go into settings and change that, but like, by default. Hold on, sound. Yeah, I want the voices up. Sound. I think the sound effects are the things that are kind of loud. I'm gonna turn it down to 80 and see what this is like for a little bit. But yeah, I know if I get we can play Terraria. I have over 1,500 hours of that game. I've never actually played Terraria, but I do actually own it, interestingly enough. It was gifted to me by one of the X-Channel mods many, many moons ago. What is going on? So it's been in my library for a decent amount of time, but I've never actually played it before. I hear that Terraria is one of those games that's apparently really fun when you get into it, but I've heard that it doesn't really introduce you to the game, like, super well. Like, you would have to browse a bunch of wikis to, like, get to know it. It really is. Like, I know Minecraft tried to, make that a little bit better with, like, the crafting recipes that you unlock over time. Something that I never really used because I, like, oh my god, had already learned so much of the game at the point that you need to be watching YouTube and looking up stuff on the interwebs and stuff like that to learn. I was in that era. And whenever there's, like, new things added to the game that I want to craft, I just look that up on a wiki rather than using, like, the in-game, like, crafting tutorials. I don't know if Terraria has anything like that. And I don't know how good Minecraft's is because I've never used it. But I know that it's a thing that game has. Who else do I need to kill? This guy over here, it looks like. Man, they really like throwing that pocket sand. I assume just dirt from the ground, but it's funnier to say pocket sand. Boop. Just explode them. All right, one more guy over here. But yeah, good news for you. I'm a pro head too, so help guide you how you can figure out some stuff. Okay. That'd be a good excuse for me to, like, start playing it without being, like, completely lost and Googling every second. Certainly helpful wiki, the two, though. I've heard that before.
Right. I'll check the longhouse.
Scavengers might still be hiding in the remains of the longhouse. Okay, so over this away. But yeah, in terms of stuff to play at Janland, it's not going to be as long as Fragapalooza. Fragapalooza is a 4-day thing, and Mega FPS's events are 3 days. So while Frag goes from Thursday until Sunday, the Mega FPS events are Friday to Sunday. And Saturday is kind of like the main big day that there's a lot of gaming going on. Like Friday, it kind of sets up a little bit later in the day. Well, later. Around like noon to 1-ish is when things get underway. Or am I losing my mind? Is it more around like 5-ish now that I think about it? Might have to double check the schedule, but a little bit later in the day, not like bright and early in the morning. Typically when a lot of people are off work and stuff like that, or getting off early. I think they set up around like midday, I think is what it is. Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to use a main entrance. And then going through the night there. And then Saturday is when like all the big things are happening and all sorts of fun stuff. Ow. That's when the potluck dinner is happening there. And then Sunday is just kind of like the morning of pancake breakfast and stuff. That's not the way to get in. And then partway through the day, like packing it in. So Saturday is like the main big day with a little bit of extra Friday and Sunday, you could say.
Look at this.
So definitely not as much time for things at something like Fragapalooza. Though compared to like when you were here for Fragapalooza, I guess you could say that's more time for things considering I'm not busy with hosting tournaments at at Mega FPS events.
Dag, in here.
Because I feel like at least a third of my time at Fragapalooza is running the various Smash tournaments, so you could say there's more time in that sense as there are no tournaments to run.
Quite bold.
And there's a lot of Frag staff that go to the Mega FPS events and use it as an excuse to just like play and have fun and not worry about like micromanaging the whole event.
No need or wish to hurt you. What are your names?
So you could say Mega FPS is where Frag staff go for fun for a LAN event in that sense.
I'm a merchant, not a bandit like those others. And this is Rowan.
Rowan, that's right. I'm a stable hand, that's all. I keep horses and...
So if there's like a settlement that I build up throughout this game, I feel like they're gonna man some of the shops or some of the services.
As slaves to the nearest speeder. But
I have a bit of a funny feeling that's what's gonna happen here.
How did you find yourselves
We're gonna unlock them as facility owners.
The sons of Ragnar at Halfdan Jarl's asking, but they were gone when we arrived.
Unbind them. You know the sons of Ragnar?
Aye. Sold many a mare and stallion to the brothers. Good men. Always paid me fair.
From the look of this camp, they've been gone for some time. Where will you go now? What will you do?
Rebuild my stocks, start anew. I have friends and allies across the land to aid me, but it won't be easy.
Every town and village needs a stable to keep horses fit and trim. I'll find my footing again, somewhere.
In our settlement. That's what's gonna happen.
What are you thinking?
I would say I've played enough video games to know, but I've said that like so many times already and I've been wrong. So, but like, come on, this time it's gotta be the case.
Any friend of the Ragnar sons is a friend of mine, right, Dag?
Whatever you think is best, Sigurd.
Janli, Rowan, I am Sigurd Jarl of Fornberg, son of Styrbjörn. This is Eivor and Dag. Both of you are free to go, but more than welcome to stay if you're willing to pull your weight.
We'd be happy to, if only to get back on our feet.
They're gonna be shopkeepers for the rest of the game, I feel like.
Welcomes you.
Yeah, we're still starting out the game here, so we're still setting stuff up.
From strangers into friends into family.
Let's get our facilities unlocked after we for sure make our settlement.
Come.
I have a good feeling about this place.
Honored family, friends.
Okay, so this is where we're setting up then.
To your new home.
Yeah, so this is where we're gonna be building the settlement. So I guess this is the thing that we develop throughout the game. And we just unlocked our first couple facilities. Whoa, was that part of the world glitching out on the right there for a sec? It is a Ubisoft game, so I wouldn't be surprised. England! Yeah, this place looks pretty chill. If we didn't already have, like, the title come up, this would have been another appropriate place to do a big text right now. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Because it feels like now is probably when the game properly starts. After I've unlocked the settlement, right?